It's no secret that your diet can have a huge impact on your hormonal health. I even have a whole playlist on foods that boost testosterone because what you eat and how you eat can be the difference between you having high or low testosterone levels. So in this video, I'm going to go over 3 stupid, easy diet hacks to boost testosterone naturally. If you're new here, I'm Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. In my early 20s, I suffered from poor health and low testosterone levels from being fat, lazy, and overweight. And it wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty breakup in college that I finally started to get a grip on my life. So I'm here to share what I've learned along the way so that other men can improve their health and boost testosterone naturally just like I did. And I do post videos like this one every single week, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe so that you're not missing out. Alright, the 3 stupid easy diet hacks to boost testosterone naturally. First up is to eat 2 meals per day. Quit all the snacking and quit munching on empty calorie foods that do absolutely nothing for your appetite. Most snack foods are loaded with a whole paragraph of ingredients that you can't even pronounce because you were never meant to put them in your body in the first place. If you ever wonder why you feel like crap, it's probably because of those snack foods that you're eating with 13 different soy products, wheat products, corn products, food colorings, and artificial flavors in them. Okay, so that's my quick tangent about snack foods though, but I'm not here to talk about that. Eating 2 meals per day is naturally going to help you eat an appropriate amount of food on a daily basis. Because newsflash, most people grossly underestimate how much food they eat. That's why I recommend using some kind of food logging app like MyFitnessPal or my latest personal favorite, Chronometer. If you're lazy and you know yourself well enough to know that you're not going to track your calories, this is especially a great option for you to only eat 2 meals per day. I'm personally a fan of doing this in sort of a traditional 16-8 intermittent fasting style. I sip on some black coffee in the morning to blunt my hunger and give me a little productivity boost. I eat a lighter lunch a few hours after I wake up in the morning, followed by a big dinner later on. But you don't have to follow this eating scheme exactly. You can have breakfast and dinner, you can have breakfast and lunch. It's up to you, whatever works best for your schedule. My 2 meals a day eating pattern works well for my schedule and lifestyle, and you can feel free to just copy me if that's going to be the easiest option for you. If not, then adjust the timing however you want, but just stick to eating 2 meals per day. Next up, number 2 is to eat no carbs with your first meal and eat lots of carbs with your second meal. This eating strategy is essentially a form of carb cycling, but it's a slightly modified version of it. Both traditional carb cycling and low carb dieting can support weight loss, but neither option is ideal for long-term hormonal balance. In a 2014 clinical trial, subjects with cortisol issues were able to reset their cortisol cycles by eating low-carb breakfasts, moderate amounts of healthy carbs in the afternoon, and higher amounts of healthy carbs in the evening. Endocrinologist Alan Christensen directed this trial, and he actually wrote an entire book about it called The Adrenal Reset Diet. Now, based on my first dieting hack, you're going to be sticking to 2 meals per day rather than a breakfast, lunch, and dinner like the subjects followed in the clinical trial. Because the goal of the trial wasn't necessarily to help subjects maintain a certain body composition, and I'm assuming that's your goal. You want to be a lean, mean muscle machine, so that's why I'm modifying it. Higher carb meals tend to lower cortisol levels, and lower carb meals tend to have a pretty neutral effect on cortisol. Carbs raise blood sugar, which causes the pancreas to make more insulin to manage that blood sugar spike. Insulin decreases cortisol output, so as blood sugar levels go up, after ingesting carbs, cortisol levels come down. Avoiding carbs altogether can cause cortisol levels to stay elevated, but you need cortisol to come down at certain times. When you go too long without eating carbs, your cortisol levels will rise and your body will start to tap into your muscle mass in order to synthesize glucose. This metabolic pathway is also known as gluconeogenesis. So whether they're essential or not, your body does still prefer to use carbs for energy because it uses them very efficiently. But as you can imagine, this sustained elevation of cortisol becomes a problem in the evening when you're winding down and trying to go to bed. You need cortisol levels to drop so that you can sleep throughout the night. This sustained elevation in cortisol from not eating carbs can throw your sleeping schedule out of whack, so I don't recommend restricting carbs for every single meal. However, limiting your carb intake during the day and then consuming them later in the evening, a few hours before you go to bed, that can be very beneficial for your male hormone regulation. It's going to encourage your cortisol levels to follow the pattern that it should, which is to spike in the morning and then kind of taper off throughout the day. So give this tweaked form of carb cycling a try to boost your testosterone naturally. Lastly, number 3 is to eat a ton of eggs with your second meal. Cholesterol is an extremely important precursor in testosterone production, and you cannot operate at your optimum testosterone potential without incorporating enough dietary cholesterol into your diet. Furthermore, eggs are an absolute nutrient powerhouse. They're loaded with every single vitamin except for vitamin C and tons of other micronutrients that are important for testosterone production like zinc, selenium, and choline. The amino acid profile of eggs is also nearly perfect for human consumption, so these characteristics of eggs, specifically the egg yolk, make them a powerhouse food for increasing testosterone and boosting male hormone output. The reason you want to consume eggs specifically in your second meal as opposed to your first is that the majority of your testosterone production takes place while you're sleeping. At the start of the testosterone production process, the pituitary gland releases 2 gonadotropin hormones called luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, or LH and FSH for short. On their way down there, they collect cholesterol from the bloodstream, which is later used to produce testosterone once these hormones work their way down to the laid egg cells in your balls. So without enough cholesterol floating around in your bloodstream, the resources to produce more testosterone become limited. Cholesterol also plays a key role in the absorption of vitamin D, which is an important fat-soluble vitamin in testosterone regulation. Eggs also have a good amount of vitamin D in them, so again, there's that nutrient powerhouse characteristic. Cholesterol is also used for healthy bile production, which is important for digestive health, nutrient uptake, and metabolic regulation. Cholesterol is also used for cellular repair, cellular turnover, and cellular production within the body. So you can see just how important it is to eat enough cholesterol aside from just boosting your testosterone levels. One last thing, I highly recommend that you purchase your eggs from a natural source. The best option is to buy your eggs from a local farm or at a farmer's market, and then the next best option is to choose brown, organic, cage-free eggs. Even organic eggs are relatively inexpensive, and you can actually see the quality difference in the yolk's shade. If you want to perform a little experiment, buy some conventional white eggs and some eggs from your local farmer's market, crack each egg open, and compare the color of the egg yolk. The traditional white egg has a yellow shade, but the egg yolk that comes from chickens that are raised with more care, they have a warm, dark orange color to them. So what I do is I consume a moderate to high amount of cholesterol. I balance my diet with fresh meats, wild-caught fish, high-quality dairy products, eggs, avocados, and extra virgin olive oil. I aim to eat 4 to 6 eggs a few hours before I go to bed, sometimes more. Aside from the eggs, my main protein sources include fresh meats, wild-caught fish, and high-quality dairy products. For carbs, I stick to tuber vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and onions. You can do either baked potatoes or sweet potatoes, they're both great, but these carbs are chock full of nutrients. I also like white rice and sourdough bread. Those carbs are a little less filling, so if you need some extra calories to build muscle, then going for white rice or sourdough bread is a good option because you can probably eat more of it. And I gotta give a shout out to one of the guys who commented on one of my videos. He's the one who told me about Ezio's San Francisco style sourdough bread, which only has 3 ingredients in it: water, flour, and salt. I used to make my own sourdough bread because I couldn't find a good brand of sourdough that used minimal ingredients, but it just became such a hassle as I started getting busier and busier. So it's been an absolute game changer to be able to just buy some at the store now. Lastly, I eat quite a bit of whole fruits as well. Bananas, apples, blueberries, strawberries, and orange juice are all my main fruit staples, but you can opt for whatever you like. This ensures that my blood has enough cholesterol to produce more testosterone as effectively as possible, while also keeping my cortisol levels low in the evening when I'm getting ready to go to bed. So there you have it. 3 stupid, easy diet hacks to boost testosterone naturally. Dialing in your eating habits is a great way to boost your testosterone levels, but you also need to incorporate an appropriate amount of training into your life to maximize testosterone potential. So if you need some tips on that, check out this video next on how to increase testosterone with exercise. And if you need even more support than that, you can hit the link below in the pinned comment and apply for my coaching program. I can help you replace all your bad habits with good ones that'll help you increase your testosterone levels so that you can feel like a freaking beast of a man. Increasing your testosterone levels is going to give you more energy, more confidence, more masculine drive, and even more success with women. It is the key to truly unlocking that raw masculine vitality that is embedded in your DNA as a man. So if you're interested, fill out that quick form. It only takes like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll reach out to set up a quick Zoom call so that we can chat about how I can help. But that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here and you've made it this far, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys, and it helps me make the kind of content you guys want to see when I hear from you directly, so don't be a stranger. If you made it to the end, I appreciate the support, and I hope you got a ton out of this video too. Good luck in all of your efforts to boost your testosterone naturally. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.